Welcome back to Beyond the Headline, everyone. I am ecstatic and almost giddy with joy because we're here with the founder of Juice Beauty, Karen Behnke. Karen, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Jenna. I'm so excited to talk with you.
I'd love to kick off with an introduction to Juice Beauty and what makes your product so special.
Well, everything, I tell you, it's just so exciting. We're so passionate about it. We are a passionate, mission-driven company, and Juice Beauty has radically transformed the chemistry of beauty. And we put actually the juice in the juice. So if you think of most beauty products, and I'll just grab a beauty product here, and if you think of most beauty products, they start out with whether it's a moisturizer or a cleanser or hydrating mist like I have here. They start out with water, which is okay, but you're paying for a lot of water. Or they start out with butylene and propylene glycols, petroleum-based products. We actually start out with organic botanical juices. So whether it's more of a liquid product or whether it's our new phytopigments makeup products, starting out with organic botanical plant waxes instead of petroleum products. So it does a couple things. That is just, kind of our secret sauce in that every drop feeds your skin. Every drop is rich in antioxidants and vitamins and minerals. And you're really getting, you're getting a lot for your money too. Because with starting out with rich antioxidants and vitamins and minerals, great for your skin, great for your makeup products, and we're achieving such high efficacy with these ingredients. It's incredible.
I think incredible is the only way to describe it because as I shared when I first went on your site and I was reading the ingredients, I was almost waiting for a hidden, are they going to say something else is in there? Is it supposed to be gluten-free, but it's not actually gluten-free? And you guys you run the gamut with everything you've considered. Why was it so important to you, Karen, to touch on every aspect of the process?
Well, we wanted to build a sustainable company from top to bottom, and it was just critical for us to do that. First and foremost, I couldn't understand why people would want to put things on their skin that could be potentially harmful. And the whole start of Juice Beauty started with when I was pregnant with my babies in my 40s. And I didn't meet my husband until I was 38, so had my babies at 40 and 42. And I'd come from the wellness industry, the fitness industry, not the beauty industry. And so I was hyper-focused on nutrition and fitness. And all of a sudden, it dawned on me in my early 40s, what am I putting all over me? What am I putting all over my lips all the time and eating it? And I didn't really think about it until I was pregnant. And so that was the genesis of it. And so what is absorbed in your body was very important to me. But then taking it the next step, I'm female. I love beauty products. I wanted it to be luxurious. With skincare, which was the foundation of our brand and what we really have been known for, let's see, 10 of the 11 years, because we just came out with makeup. Here I was in my 40s, pregnant, gaining weight, starting to get my first fine lines and wrinkles. I got hormonal acne. And so all these things were happening with my skin, yet I couldn't find any beauty products that were both good for me and good for my babies that were growing inside of me, but also worked. So the first goal was efficacy, skincare, but yet healthful. And then the second goal with makeup now with Gwyneth Paltrow, our fabulous business partner, is to have, of course, the most healthful ingredients, but glorious makeup that actually has vibrant pigments and that can withstand the red carpet as well as everyday work.
And touching on that first point for just a second and reading a little bit about Juice Beauty, I saw that on average women are exposed to 168 chemicals a day.
Yeah, that's right. It's if you think about everything from your personal care products to your makeup products to your deodorant to your toothpaste. And a lot of women say to me, I really don't use much. And I'll say, well, why don't we go through your beauty routine and tell me, do you brush your teeth? Do you use deodorant? Do you use body lotion? Do you use soap in the shampoo? Do you use conditioner? And so a lot of people that go, I only put a little mascara on and run a little lip gloss. I'm like, you probably use at least 20 products a day and you're not even thinking about it. Even people that really don't maybe use a lot of beauty products. So, and if you take, I'll just zero in on one ingredient, fragrance. It's listed as fragrance, or it's listed as perfume, or the French spelling of it, or the inky, the label listing, which we call inky listings, the label listing on a beauty product, PARFUM, or sometimes spelled out the English way, perfume. That one ingredient, what's legal to just list one ingredient, can contain hundreds
This makes me
of
so angry.
chemicals. Hundreds of chemicals. So if you have artificial fragrance or synthetic fragrance labeled as perfume or fragrance, that can contain hundreds of endocrine disrupting chemicals, which we now know by solid evidence. And all you have to do is go to Breast Cancer Fund website, who works with Tufts and University of California, and all the researchers there, and all the research is there, and you'll see that they have shown that endocrine disruption leads to certain cancers. And we know that, let me just back up a little. We know that certain chemicals in beauty products cause endocrine disruption. We know that endocrine disruption can lead to the increase of certain cancers. So I just, I don't know why, forget the companies that are putting it in, but I don't know why women or men would buy those products. But the thing is, I do know why, because they don't know. And they don't know that it's in their cleaning products and their beauty products and their makeup products. It's really in everything. So you have to be very careful. We don't use any artificial or synthetic fragrance.
Which I love. And now we'll dive into the second part of that first answer, is your latest partnership with Goop. Tell us about that and why they were the right partner for you guys.
Well, we have been lucky. You're in San Diego, we're in Northern California. We've been lucky to have been approached by so many great celebrities. And say what you want about celebrities, but they're in the know, and they know they watch their companies, and they watch their beauty products pop up. So we have been fortunate to be have been called over the years, which is a lot of fun when an A-list celebrity is on the phone and trying to reach you to learn more about beauty. So we, we've been thinking about, well, with all of these contacts we have, how could we really partner with someone in an authentic way so we can get the message out more? And so that was kind of the first thought process. And then we really wanted kind of an authentic partnership, not just, it would have been much easier for us to just hire someone and just say we would like your image and that's it. But that, we never take the easier route. So what we wanted is, we wanted an authentic partnership where someone could actually shared our values. And when I met Gwyneth, I met a lot of fabulous people that would have been amazing. But when I met Gwyneth, we shared the mom issue. We both have a son and a daughter, and we both want to leave the world a better place for them. We both want our daughters and our sons to use better personal care products and healthier personal care products. And Gwyneth is very driven for developing really great products but products that are eco-friendly and eco-chic, and but she wanted performance. So and just what we did with our skincare, we wanted to do with makeup, and she loved our skincare, and so we decided to develop a whole makeup collection together. Gwyneth is our creative director of makeup, and then Juice Beauty invested in Goop, and then Gwyneth invested in Juice Beauty. So it's a long-term partnership.
I'm thrilled to hear about that, and really excited to see what this year and the following year holds. Before we dive too into the future, I do want to spend some time on your early days building Juice Beauty, because I imagine when you first pitched people that you wanted to create products with organic fruits and vegetables, did they laugh? Did they believe you?
Not only did they laugh, not believe me, but we had to buy a freezer for our first laboratory. So I had so many scientists shut the door in my face, and they said, we don't formulate that way. We only formulate with water or butylene and propylene glycols. And So I kept saying, well, that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, again, not coming from the beauty industry, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. How about if we start with organic botanical juices, organic aloes, organic jojobas, organic shea, organic resveratrol-rich grapeseed? How about that? And so we finally found, we were working with chemists on formulations, and we've worked with just amazing leading chemists, and now we have an in-house chemist group. But we couldn't find a lab at first to formulate. We finally did. We bought a freezer so they could store the organic juices properly, and we were off to the races. But it took a long time, and at about year 5, we're 11 years old, Juice Beauty, and so about year 5 is when things really started to turn. When we really started to grow, and we started developing more and more products, and we brought an in-house chemist team. So it was just, and our products got better and better and better. So it's just been very exciting.
One of my favorite things you shared that cracked me up is you said, making a sunscreen with organic oils, which doesn't separate or turn blue, was an act of God.
Right. It really was. It was absolute insanity. We had every issue in the
I
world
can't even
to begin
imagine.
with, so it was absolutely crazy.
What did
uh,
you, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
What did you learn about patience throughout this process? Because the task that you took on, especially then, like you were saying, was daunting.
It was very daunting, and entrepreneurs are not known for their patience, and so it's been challenging for me. But I think that's good. A sense of urgency is just critical. So. Um, Having a sense of urgency and trying to push the process forward has been just, critical to this, and overcoming obstacles. It's kind of the hallmark of an entrepreneur.
What are some of the obstacles that you guys had to overcome during the first couple of years?
Well, oh my gosh. So yes, we had our original mineral sunscreens turning a little bit blue. We had labs that didn't want to really work with us. Again, now we have 12 amazing laboratories. We have just phenomenal. A phenomenal group of employees. And also, just as you start building a small business, people, it's hard to recruit people. It really, really is. So getting a great, great, great group of people, getting a world-class team is hard in the very beginning, and we've done that now.
I loved that you mentioned that in a past interview, saying that it really took 6 years to find a team that gelled. What was the experience like finding the right people?
Well, that was really hard. Finding the right people, again, attracting the right people is difficult because you get a lot of people that are mission driven in the beginning, and we had some amazing, amazing people. But you get a lot of mission driven people, and but you don't necessarily get a lot of experienced people that know how to build a business. So that was challenging. But the more traction we got, the more retailers that we got, the more distribution we got, the better and better it got. So,
What was the first store you guys were in?
our first big retailer was actually Whole Foods and Pharmaca stores, which were amazing. And we still have a small collection in those stores. Our daily essentials collection are in those stores, but then we've expanded to higher end retailers. We're in the ultra prestige section, and we opened in Holt Renfrew in Canada, which is so amazing. And it's our first counters. It's just been phenomenal. So we're opening in department stores. Ulta is our biggest beauty retailer.
How did it feel when you walked past the first line of Juice Beauty on a shelf?
It was very, very, very exciting. So, the first time we saw, I mean, our big display with Ulta Beauty was just phenomenal. So it was just very exciting. All the green. We have the huge splashes of green, and it was just it was great. To see how just as an entrepreneur to see things go from concept to fruition and to really build the company is quite amazing.
And now that you're at this stage, I'm sure you're constantly having retailers getting in touch with you, saying that they want to carry Juice Beauty, they want to work with you guys. Despite being this large, do you still have to, approach growth slowly and very methodically?
We do because particularly with adding Gwyneth Paltrow, we've had so many retailers contact us, and we are in discussions with a lot of wonderful, wonderful retailers, and we want to pick carefully because we want to grow our distribution really, really nicely and pick the right partners that can also nurture a smaller brand. I mean, we're out there talking with, or we're out there next to Lancome and the Estee Lauder brands and the Shiseido brands and all of our prestige retailers. So it's been, can you imagine competing with these multi-billion-dollar machines? You have to be a little bit insane as an entrepreneur to do this. A little bit insane.
Before we go on to touch on your entrepreneurial journey, which I'm really excited to cover, I do want to talk about one more thing at Juice Beauty that I really admired. This was in a recent article that you guys are a super, super family friendly company.
Yeah.
You even have a crib at the office. This is going to seem like a funny question to you, but why? Why is that so important?
Well, first of all, let's see. My kids are 16 and 18 now, and again, I started conceptualizing the company during my pregnancies, and then years later bought the name and started the company from scratch. And so they were 5 and 7 or something. Anyway, so they grew up in the business. So my kids were running all over the business, after school or, gosh, when we needed extra stickering in the warehouse or something. Oh, don't tell anybody, I'm probably going to get arrested for child labor. I didn't work them all day. I trust me, and they had lots of food. So, but they loved it. They would go in and they'd sticker a little bit, and then fast forward, they've interned as teenagers, and of course, social media and digital. So it's been really cool. So if my kids are here, and my kids grew up in the business, why wouldn't I let other people bring their kids? So our head of product development just had her second baby. She had her first baby at the office. She has her second baby at the office while she's breastfeeding, and so not every day, but she brings her baby a lot, and so it's fine. Everybody works so hard that it's fine when there's with when you're raising kids. There's teacher days. There's different types of holidays and things, and sometimes two working parents get stuck. So having the flexibility to have a day at the office with your mommy or daddy is super cool. We've got this beautiful sustainable headquarters that
it looks incredible.
I'm just looking out at it right now, and we just have cement floors. It's just all natural because we didn't want any off-gassing carpets or anything like that. So you can't believe sometimes the roller blading that goes around and around our office. It's insane. It's all open. So I don't want to paint the picture of there's just mountains of kids here every day, but it is family friendly. So when their parents get stuck, they bring their kids. When they just have babies, they often bring their kids. And then we also have dogs here too. Again, not around the products, but so with can they bring their dogs every day? Probably, not everyone brings them every day, but everyone's respectful and they bring their dogs frequently. So it's just so they keep them off the furniture and away from the products. But it creates the atmosphere where people can be comfortable. And as long as people don't mistake that casual California family-friendly atmosphere with hard work, I'm good with it.
I love it, and it's such an example to follow. Before we go, I would love to touch on your entrepreneurial journey because you've been an entrepreneur since you were 22. What was life like back then building your first business?
Poor.
I feel you.
Very poor. I was single. I had moved out right after college, out from Michigan. I packed my Chevy Nova that was, I don't know how many years old, and breaking down all the way across the country. and then started my first business, which was an aerobics exercise business, which I ended up with a Army contract for Northern California. And then I started my wellness company a few years later, and that was a corporate wellness company that really grew. But I was so young, and it took, my wellness company was about 14, 15 years altogether. I was starving and poor for the first 5, 6, 7 years. I just, yeah. So it was, but it was an exciting time because I had a lot of energy, and I tell you, living a healthful lifestyle gives you the energy to do these types of things when you're fit and you're eating well and you have a lot of energy. You really, really have the stamina to work hard. And it never occurred to me to not. I can't imagine working to work. It never occurred to me to not work in a passion, mission-driven business. So, and drive your mission forward, and that's what helps me get up every day. And so, I think when I see things like health and wellness in the workplace, which was not known when I started the company, but it just seems so clear to me. It's frustrating that people don't get on board faster. But in the same thing with organic beauty, what? And again, it's a sea of conventional chemical beauty, and then good naturals to not so good naturals, and natural isn't regulated, and then going to all the way to using certified organic ingredients is a little crazy. But to me, it's like, how come anybody can't see this? Of course we have to do this. We have to use certified organic ingredients to help the farmers stop using all the synthetic pesticides, and then we have to put more healthful ingredients on our bodies. So it's kind of with how I've been an entrepreneur, and it's you go between excited and passionate and mission driven to frustrated and back and forth every day. So that's what it's like. Fortunately, I'm not poor anymore because I've had some successes with my business, but yeah, a lot of years of being poor.
Have you learned, whether it's at Juice Beauty or your first two companies, any key lessons or gotten an incredible piece of advice that really, really stayed with you?
I think probably a few things. I've had some great mentors in business, and a few things have been important to me that people have said, because everyone has up and down times. And if entrepreneurs, the entrepreneurs that say that it's all easy or they don't get worried about, the business or something, I honestly don't think they're looking in the mirror or paying enough attention to their feelings, because
It's hard.
every entrepreneur I know, whether huge companies or big, they at times get worried. They get frustrated. They're excited. But so some of the best pieces of advice that I've received are, just stay with it. Follow your passion, and if you are passionate and you follow that, people will follow. But and that's the best piece of advice I can give to younger entrepreneurs like you, is that follow your passion and stick with it, and balance your gut feelings with your academic brain and the data that you are collecting or data that is being given to you. Always balance it. And the minute that I have stopped every single time, and I am I've been at this for years and years and years and years now, and approaching, oh my gosh, approaching the giant 660 thing, is every time I have either I've ignored my gut feelings, I've regretted it. Every single time, no matter how much data is in front of me, if something is not, if it doesn't feel right, and I can't even articulate it yet, but it just isn't lining up and it doesn't feel right, when I ignore those feelings, I always get in trouble. And so that's the best piece of advice I can give to people. Really balance that gut feeling with, of course, data and academics and your team and, brilliant information, but really, really, really never ignore that gut feeling, because that's why you're an entrepreneur. You've got that passion and drive, and you've got a gut feeling of what's needed in the marketplace, and don't ever ignore that.
I love that. All right, two more for you. First one. You shared before that you would have never predicted that you would be running a company like Juice Beauty in the makeup industry. What would Karen of Lakeview High School think of the Karen that I'm with today? Would she believe it?
How does anyone even find out where I went to high school? Because it was
The good
so.
USA Today article.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was the one that said in with my wellness company. Possibly, it may have been a later one, but the most fun article, and I hope I have it still framed somewhere, was where with my wellness company, she was an overnight success, and I was like, "Are you
Really?
kidding?"
I don't remember that.
Oh, it was maybe it was an earlier USA did, and it was so great. I loved it because I said overnight success. Well, it's kind of true because I slept in my office sometimes in the early days. So, but it was funny. It was 10 years into my wellness company. They wrote that, and I thought, oh my God, but it was great. I loved it. I loved the publicity. But yes, Lakeview High School in Battle Creek, Michigan. I'm from Battle Creek, Kalamazoo. It was a great place to grow up, and the odd thing about it is I love going back to my high school reunions, which I know is bizarre, and my to see my college friends because I have such great friends still back there and people that come back. But I could not envision in high school what my life now and my life, whether it's from the being so interesting and being so interested in things, but being so interesting and interested, and just the not only of course with the celebrities and things that you become you are in contact with, or having Gwyneth Paltrow as a partner, but more just having the opportunity to build such a sustainable business.
Mm.
I really couldn't have envisioned that. And, when I moved to California, I wasn't sure that I could ever really afford a home. And, all those things. And so to build a company that you're passionate about and to make it an economic success for not only myself, but for our employees and for our investors has been very, very rewarding. And there's nothing better than having kind of 50-50 mission of 50% of your goal is mission driven and 50% of your goal is is business and building a successful business. And I try to marry those two equally, and that's what's been exciting. But I really couldn't have predicted this in my wildest dreams from a very small factory town in the Midwest. Not my wildest dreams. My mother was a school secretary, and my dad was an insurance salesman. So, yeah,
I love that.
gave me a
Well,
lot of drive, though.
last one. What's been a part of your journey, whether it's personal or professional or some random athletic achievement from when you were 7 that nobody's ever asked you about that you've always wanted to talk about?
Oh, you probably sent me that in advance, and I should have thought about that. Let's see. Well, um, yeah, I think a lot of my drive um, came from being, and a lot of my athletic drive because I've been a triathlete for years and
Oh,
years, and
wow.
it kind of, but mini triathlete,
I
not those
commend you.
Ironman, not those Ironman craziness, by the way. Not, no offense to my Ironman customers, but a little crazy, No, I'm the sprint to Olympic, the normal, or the more
I'm not sure
sane.
any of it is normal,
It's
but
not normal. You're right. Okay, the more sane distances. Okay, that's all I can say. Anyway, I was just not a very healthy kid and was kind of the skinny, scrawny, not very healthy kid on the playground. So, and always kind of the last to be picked for the kickball team and all that. When they back in the days when it wasn't politically correct with kids on the playground and they'd line you up and pick the strongest, fastest person first, and it gave me a lot of drive, and it also gave me a lot of drive growing up in a town that there was a lot of poverty. And for whatever reasons, my dad's very intellectual, and hopefully I got a little bit of that. But for a lot of reasons, I recognized that very early on, and I just wanted to build a better life than what I saw around me. And it was very impactful for me and very eye-opening. And I really don't talk about that much, but it was pretty dramatic with how I grew up, and it had a big impact on me.
I'm so glad that we got to touch on that, and now you're in Northern California and we're in one of the most beautiful places with an incredible office that I want to make sure we get some images in the interview with because I got to see them online and it looks
Beautiful.
like just an absolute playground. I know you guys work, but it looks like a blast to be there. I'm so grateful that we got to have you, that we got to touch on your journey and Juice Beauty and the impact you guys are making. What's the best way for everyone to learn more and really try Juice Beauty and see what makes you different?
The best way is, the easiest way is just hop on juicebeauty.com and check out our story, check out our eco values, look under About Us and our eco values is right there. We have 10 of them, that we go so far and we talk about sourcing certified organic ingredients and using solar power and, all the things we do, which is so incredible. So juicebeauty.com is a great way. And then we are in, my gosh, Ulta Beauty stores. You can't even keep up with how many stores they open. But I think they have about 900 stores now. So Juice Beauty is in every Ulta Beauty store in the country. And we're on the prestige side. Just look for the bright green. Our makeup is in some of the Juice Beauty some of the Ulta stores, and our skincare is in all of them, and all of our products are on juicebeauty.com. So yeah, that's probably the easiest way, but get online and read about us and watch your beautiful interview. Thank you. I mean, it's so great to have entrepreneurs like you that are spreading the word, spreading important messages. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It was so much fun, and we got to highlight such an important topic.
Thank you.